Hi everyone, my name is Tamara Chambers.
I'm Jim J-Ross.
And this is Tamara Just Saw, and also Jim saw it as well.
I tagged along.
We just got done seeing Overlord, and I have not been so tense in such a good way in so long.
Yeah, it's like we're both kind of crashing now. I just feel like completely drained from just feeling the intensity for like 2 hours, or being like tensed up and but yeah, in the best possible way.
It's the new. Am I correct in saying J.J. Abrams?
He produced it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I know nothing. It's basically Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein for movies.
Right.
I went into it super excited, and we were walking around talking. It's like, oh, we're gonna go see Overlord, and everyone was like, oh, it's getting good reviews. So weird. And I thought
I'm like, well, sure. Yeah.
It looks amazing. It looks so good.
Like, why isn't everybody excited to see this movie?
Yeah, I didn't hear much about it other than seeing the trailers.
Yeah.
In my mind, I thought it was just going to be like a really intense Wolfenstein, and I think that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, absolutely. My expectations were met, I think. Like, it was exactly what I wanted to get out of it.
Yeah.
Which was great. And in some ways, like, it was like, I think there was a few things I was saying, like, I would have liked to see just a little more of this, but there was enough other things that, like, kind of filled in the parts that might have been missing there. I was like, no, I didn't care. Like, it was, the movie itself flowed so well, the characters were great, like the action was so palpable. It's this, like, as a war movie, it's super awesome and intense.
Yeah.
And then, like, when the horror stuff, or like, the suspense kind of kicks in, then it's like, that's amazing too. Like, it's such a great blend.
It's so, yeah. You were saying, like, if you went in not knowing that there was the horror aspect, you'd just be blown away by this incredible war movie. The first sequence, when they're on the plane, getting ready to take their dive into their area that they need to be in to take down the church, it was the most nerve-wracking, horrifying plane sequence I've ever seen in a war movie. It was, I've said it, you feel like you're on one of those 4D rides.
Right. You could feel like it felt like the seats were moving almost, kind of, you could feel the concussion of blasts and stuff going on outside the plane. And, it's super intense. It's like, it's kind of like the aerial version of Saving Private Ryan when they're getting off, like when they're like on the boats and stuff like that. It was just like, pieces getting blown all over the place.
And you see it all, and it looks amazing.
Right.
So amazing war movie, and then you start getting into, like, the disgusting science, hospital,
evil scientists,
Nazi zombies,
right?
Which was so great.
Yeah.
It was so creepy. It was so. I guess I was gonna say. There was a sense of humor. There was no humor in the movie,
Right.
But, like, especially at the end with, like, the massive, like, boss fight, you get a sense of, like, fun. Right. I guess maybe that's not the word.
No, I think it is. I had, like, a blast watching this movie, and that was, like, what I wanted. Like, the characters were the stereotypes that you see in every type of this movie, like war movie or kind of horror movie,
Yeah.
But I didn't care. It was like knowing, I was like, all right, well, I know who the characters are.
Yeah.
And you're immediately thrust into this film
no time
from
establishing.
the very beginning.
Yeah, no time establishing the characters, and they're so good at being those characters.
Yeah, no, right. All the performances are great.
Yeah.
Like the lead, the evil Nazi, whatever, like, is so great and creepy and stuff. For all of, like, the intense moments that are, like, super action and, like, super thrilling, some of the very slow, kind of, like, unsettling moments are done so well also. Yeah. To where, there's such a great blend between those elements. Like, it takes the first half of the movie is during the war, basically, and then you start getting hints of those elements of, like, the evil science, the Nazis are experimenting and stuff. And the war stuff is so intense and unsettling that, like, I wasn't like, just get to the castle or get to the evil Nazis. Can we
get to the, like, the icky stuff?
Whatever,
Yeah. I would have been so fine to watch a full movie of these war characters going through the war. And then you get like this horror aspect that's truly scary. It's like the true definition of horrific. Like it's horror.
But in such a fun way.
It's a blast.
I felt myself tense, but also like grinning from ear to ear.
Throughout the whole movie, Jim was just like giggling to himself, like small like laughs.
I feel like I've been wanting to see this movie too for so long. Even before I saw the trailer, like I was telling Tamara, I'm like a fan of the whole like zombie Nazi kind of genre.
Love it.
And I've never seen it done really, really well, and this was like the first one that was like, yes, this is what I've been waiting to see.
I could see how this genre could get very poorly made.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Right. And I think too, like the fact that it has, well, like J.J. Abrams, you know, it has like a big budget behind it, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't lend itself to being a big budget movie. Like it doesn't feel like a big budget movie in that sense.
Yeah. The sets that they were using, amazing.
Right.
There's one point where they come into the village and they've just captured the girl, and they're like, bring us to safety. And it looks like, if you guys have played The Evil Within, it looks like the beginning of that when you're going up into the castle of that. And it's so beautiful. And it's like, did you find this? How did you make this? Where are you filming this movie? It's amazing. And then like the actors are great, like Kurt Russell's son.
Right.
Was
I just like
out of
the whole movie.
world.
I'm like, I didn't know that he was in it. I was like, this guy reminds me of Kurt Russell. Like, you know, he has a Kurt Russell about him.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking, I'm like, this guy would be like a great like Snake Plissken. If they were gonna remake it, this guy should be Snake Plissken.
And like
then,
now,
I was like, oh, well, of course.
That makes sense.
It's his son.
And they should remake it with him. The two leads were just
really everybody's performance was solid. Like I was like, I super bought into everybody's performance. Everybody did a great job.
Yeah.
And like you said, like it's not really funny. Like there aren't like comedic moments, but it is like fun. Like there are kind of comedic moments in the horrificness of some of the sequences.
Because it's so outrageous that you can only really just like have fun with it.
Yeah.
Because it's a really difficult movie to watch in like a really great way. It's very, it's graphic and it's intense and terrifying, and so it's
but riveting, like where you're still like you're staring at the movie because you don't want to miss anything.
A second of it, yeah. Like all my notes, I couldn't even read them. We were driving over here because I was just like, but like so you find like fun in the horror.
They very easily could have been like, well, because it's kind of like an outrageous kind of concept and everywhere, you know, whatever. It would have been easy to make it sort of campy and like the acting to be like a little like wink at the camera, but because all the characters played it so straight, like it kind of made it even better. I don't know, man. It was like everybody's given like 100%.
Yeah.
It is shot dark in sequences. It is shot very much like kind of a grindhouse movie where some of it's like it's really like some scenes are really dark and in shadow and it's super gritty and everything's wet and like you know has that gritty uneasy feel, like, you know, like well done. Set design and, you know, and
acting,
the art direction and stuff like that was great.
Going in, I just wanted to see some creepy ass Nazi experiments. And you get a great scene with that. The creatures that they make are so compelling. There's like one chase scene especially between the lead woman and one of these creatures.
She was great too. Like,
she was amazing.
There are so often like when with the female lead, they feel like they're just pigeonholed in there because they need to be in there. But like hers didn't. Her character like helped progress the story.
One of my notes is one word: flamethrower. And she is such a badass. And that chase scene was so exciting.
Yeah.
And it leads into the flamethrower.
Right.
I felt myself getting attached to these characters that, again, there was no like build up of who they are. You just you're straight in.
Like, you know the archetypes that they're playing, like that they are.
Yeah.
But then they play those characters so well that you don't care. That you know, like, you know, you're like, all right, good, I know these characters, now let's go.
Totally. To get into very, very mild spoilers, at one point one of the characters passes away, and I was like touched and sad about that. And then that turns into a really
intense sequence.
creepy and so well done sequence. That was just, the whole time I was just like, I kept like very loudly breathing out. Like, oh my god.
Catch your breath and then wait for the next, like,
I don't think I disliked anything about this movie.
Yeah. No, I really didn't. I had no complaints, really.
Do you just want to go see it again?
I kind of do, yeah.
Take a shot of espresso.
Yeah, splash more on my face and get back in there.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Go see this movie. It is amazing.
Yeah.
Play awesome. Wolfenstein. See you next week. Bye.
Take care.